is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, CD. All eyes on the AFC champs. A lot of folks out there in Ohio have waited a long time for this night. What a story. The Cleveland Browns, their first Super Bowl appearance ever.
It's a franchise and a fan base that's certainly been through a lot. Losing seasons, plenty of drama, a lot of failed expectations. At one point, they were winning plenty of titles in the NFL, but you have to go back to 1964 for their last one. Pre-Super Bowl era when they beat the Baltimore Colts 27-0.
Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings are back in the big game for the 5th time in franchise history. But we all know one thing has eluded them all these years.
And that's an actual Super Bowl victory, partner. They're 0-4 in their previous visits. Super Bowls 4, 8, 9, and 11. And boy, they had some great teams too, didn't they? Bud Grant was their head coach. Fran Tarkenton, a quarterback. Alan Page and the Purple People Eaters on defense. They were all Hall of Famers. And don't forget Paul Krause. He's a very proud member of that great secondary they had. So we're going back more than 40 years since their last visit. You think the state of Minnesota is excited about this one? I know they are. They're ready to get this one going.
Tannehill to the air right off the bat. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tannehill. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw, Tannehill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Take it at the 37. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Mostert. And some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
They'll sneak it with Smith, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Geno Smith scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive of 4 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. On the counter, here's Williams. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Tannehill. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw caught by Olave. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them were big. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Browns. Rashad Bateman, 27 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big game there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter done and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. It's a tight game here early. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, here's Mostert again. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll be first down, Vikings.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the run, Smith going to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Ready, break.
They run with Mostert off the option. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Smith now to throw. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Geno Smith, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And in never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Completes it to Aguilar. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. This one swung out to Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I think the best offenses love to give the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
To the air again, Tannehill. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. Looking outside him, he's got a man. That's Williams. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now Tannehill. Touchdown! Javonte Williams from 4 yards out. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. McManus's point after is good, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Vikings head out to take over once again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Off of play action, here's Smith. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Play action. It's Smith. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable and usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped up.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 32 yards away. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams with some extra time to prepare during this long halftime break, but we're about ready to restart the second half of Super Bowl 57. So let's get back out to Arizona and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased. Doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Hold the ready.
Running the counter with Mostert. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's George Karlaftis greeting him behind the line with a big stop.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open and drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Tannehill. Wisely will throw that one away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So it'll be a loss of 10 on the play.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
27 yards there, a first down. Throwing now is Geno. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but no chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Melvin Ingram from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. On 4th down, Smith. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now Gino. Going across the middle, and Valdez-Scantling has it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
65 yards on the ground for him so far.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Touchdown, Vikings! Albert O from 3 yards out. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action. It's Tannehill. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Tannehill. And this one taken in by Olave. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, Tannehill. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Chase Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison in the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. And what a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Browns set to take over. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick six, it's Tannehill. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's got it complete to Aguilar. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Olave over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. Kene Nwangu. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time. That extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Tannehill. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's got room. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed. We'll get a review of this being inside 2 minutes of play. Everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Tannehill. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And out now come the Vikings. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Room here to run. Touchdown, Vikings. Raheem Mostert, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Tannehill's throw caught by Olave.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill.
He'll drop this down to Williams. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Mostert off the read option. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Smith going to throw it. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.